Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If it's your first time joining, thank you. If you're a previous subscriber or a new subscriber, welcome back. So in today's video, I am going to talk about a project, well not really a project, but an item that I mentioned in a few videos back that I had purchased. So if you are familiar with my channel, you will know that I was talking about a laser seam guide for any machine that you want to attach it to. The previous laser seam guide I bought, I purchased from Walmart, and it ended up being faulty. In it had damaged wires, and when I plugged it in, it kind of sparked, and I ended up returning that back to Walmart. And I purchased another one. The one that I did purchase on Walmart was under $20. With shipping, it was like $21. If I would have purchased another item and gotten free shipping, if I would have paid attention, I could have bought another item to round it up to over $20, and I would have gotten free shipping. And that didn't happen. So I ended up paying like $21 and almost $22 with the shipping for the item. It was like $12.97, and then the rest was shipping. Okay, so with that one being faulty, I went and I ordered another one. And I talked about in that video, the brand that I ordered was a Vivilux Laser seam guide, and I finally got it in the mail. So I have my little post-it note over here, so I'm covering up my address in case anything is wrong with it and I do have to return it. I have the original shipping without anything marked out. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and open it. And let me get my scissors here. And I'm going to just... It was, when I purchased this, I purchased it off of eBay. And I got it through Ken's Sewing Center. If you're familiar with sewing or quilting, you will know that Ken's Sewing Center, it's sewing and vacuum center, but the label, well, look who just came to say hello. We'll give her a little minute here to check things out. She loves packages, she loves bags, so she's going to check everything out. You can see that she's got a really pretty little pink collar. I bought her a pink collar, and you can see her little pink collar. Her name is Luna. If you're not familiar with my channel, this is Luna the Crafty Kitty. She's getting her first impression in on what the package is, and you can tell that she loves packaging. She's chewing on it. You're silly. You're a silly girl. She's really, can you guys see this? She's really getting her nose in there, and now she's licking it. You're a goof. I don't know what it is about plastic. This cat loves plastic. What's in there? Huh? And if you're familiar with my channel, you'll know that this is Luna the Crafty Kitty. You will see her in a lot of videos. I do not keep her out of them because this is her home too. She knows that when the machine's on, she's either in her basket. I have a basket back here behind the machine that she likes to sleep in the window in, or she sleeps on top of my faff. If you're familiar with faff machines, it's really wide and flat across the top, so she likes getting up there. And you can see that I'm talking about one of her favorite resting spots, so now she's got to sniff it too. I was saying though that since her name is Luna, I found these really cute collars. It's an actual collar, and it's made out of material that a normal, like a pet collar or a pet leash is made out of. Almost like that seat belt kind of material. But I found this really cute collar, and it has reflective moons and stars on it along with the kitty. And since her name is Luna, I thought it was pretty appropriate. Are you ready? Are you done? Okay. So we're going to just leave her here, and she will probably leave here in just a minute once I get this out of the bag. So let me go ahead and open that here. Okay, and here is the packaging. I did get the Vivilux red laser. I'm going to put the bag down here over on my chair. Okay, maybe not. She's going to, you may see her little tail now in the video. Maybe not. Okay, she'll have her nose there. So we're going to put the bag back here. So if she wants to play with it, she can. Okay. So for our little what can we call it? Our little mascot interlude there. And this is usually how she'll sit. You can see, I don't know if you guys can see her paw here, but she kind of like drapes herself over the machine and she'll sit there. So I'm going to look at my sales slip here. I'm going to look at that off camera really quick. And okay, so I'm going to just kind of fold my address aside, behind. And you guys can see here, I will have a coupon code for 10% off a next order. I'm gonna get a Post-it note and cover that because I want my coupon code. So, oh, you guys probably, oh well. Well, that ain't gonna work. Let me just fold this up a little. Okay, so you guys can see here that I paid $54.99 for it, and with shipping it was $58.01 or something like that. So that is that. Okay, so it is in a very little box, and when I first took it out, I thought the box was like a cardboard box, but it's actually one of those really nice, I don't know if you guys can see it here. Let me open it. It's actually one of those, you know, those plastic, it's actually plastic, so that's pretty nice. If I ever want to store it, I can have the nice box that it's not going to fall apart like a regular cardboard box. Okay. It does, let's go ahead and read some of the packaging first. It says it does includes an alignment guide. You can see that right there. It's cordless. There are no batteries needed. It is a 3-in-1 rechargeable laser. And let me tell you, when I bought the first one from Walmart, I did not get a rechargeable. I bought one that you plug into a regular outlet. Was this one an outlet or was it a USB? It might have been, I think it was an outlet, just a regular wall outlet. And what happened, like I said, is the cord was faulty, and when I plugged it in, not the plug part, the normal plug part sparked, but the wire that goes into the plug area. So here, let me show you on here. So like on a normal plug, when you plug it into the wall, this part didn't spark. Where the wire it is right here where it goes into the plug, it was like it was separated, or some of the wires were separated on the inside. And you know how like a cord is pretty firm. It kind of had a cord that's more like a, I don't have one here with me, but it wasn't this kind of wire. It was a round, kind of like how like a phone charger cable is, like that. And it was really flimsy. And I think it might have actually been damaged in other parts as well, because it was like a piece of tubing over the wire. And it was really loose. And it was like all the wiring was separated on the inside of the plastic tubing. And when I didn't notice it when I first got it, and when I plugged it in, it sparked in here in the wire, and it actually started getting a little black in there. So I think it was, you could see where the plastic of the tubing was getting hot. So I'm like, if I'm getting another one, it is not going to be one that you plug into a wall. It's not going to be one that you plug into a USB charger. Or like a, you know what I mean, a USB where it has to be plugged in the whole time while you're using it. So I bought this one, and like I said, it is rechargeable. It does, you do not need batteries. I believe if I remember correctly, it tells you to plug it in and charge it for 3 hours before using it. It does have 3 different kinds of lasers on it. It'll have some detachable little brass pieces that will let you do a crosshair, a line, and a dot. Okay, so I just went over these points. It has the Vivilux 3-in-1 red laser, USB recharging cable, 3 screw-on laser lenses, so the crosshair, line, and a dot, and a laser alignment template. And it says you can use any USB compliant adapter to recharge. It has an adhesive Velcro and adhesive magnet. Okay, and it's got a 1-year limited warranty. Packaging says over 10,000 hour laser life. No outside batteries required. Contains rechargeable high capacity battery with USB charging cable and a 3-hour recharge. Instructions says you're going, laser light is bright. Caution, sorry. Laser light is bright and blinding. Do not shine at aircraft or vehicles. Charge for 3 hours until red light turns green. Choose where to place the Vivilux 3-in-1 rechargeable laser light and affix it. Select the desired lens and gently screw into 3-in-1 rechargeable laser light. Carefully bend or twist the flexible arm until the laser is pointed where designed. Be careful, do not break the wires inside the flexible arm. Okay, I think that's probably what happened to the cord in that other one. Wall plug included. It doesn't have anything checked for the wall plug. So let's go ahead and open it. And I really wanted to do this first impression with you guys because I think that is very important that, you know, packaging, I'm great with packaging. Some products, when you purchase them, packaging is absolutely horrendous. Okay, so here is the light itself. And it is a nice stiff wire. You can see the end of it here is the actual light portion itself. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but there are some threads here on the end where you will thread your little lasers into it. Here is my piece of Velcro that I can attach to the machine. This is actually an extra piece, and it has it right here it has the piece already attached, and then there's the piece there. You have an on-off dim. I guess you can do a dim light and a full strength light. Oh, look at that. It's already, can you guys see that already? It's already got a charge in it. So I'm going to put on dim. And dim is not showing, I guess maybe because it doesn't have a high enough charge on it. So there's that. This is your guide, and it has a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 3/4, 1 inch, 1 1/4, and 1 1/2. Then when you flip it over, it has a 1/8 inch, a 3/8, a 5/8, and a 7/8. That is really cool. And you can see the little holes in it, and that's where you're going to put you're going to put it down onto your machine bed, and you're going to put your needle through the little hole, and you're going to line your laser up with that line. I will get all that set up once I get a full charge on it. It does also come with this roll of alignment stickers. You can see right here it says 100. There are 100 alignment stickers in the pack. It says ViviluxUSA.com, Harbor Sales Inc. And these are clear, and you can use these stickers to align on fabric. When you're going to be putting your fabric down, I will do some videos on that because I've learned some really cool ways to use these. for those of you that are embroidery, machine embroidery enthusiasts, I guess you could say. My brain is like all over the place right now. So if you are one that does machine embroidery, you will know that sometimes lining up your center lines in the hoop, if you're doing shirts, if you're doing edge-to-edge embroidery quilting designs, sometimes those designs can be really hard to line up accurately in the hoop. And I will be doing some videos on those further along on my channel. And these stickers will come in handy. And here are the, they'll come out. They don't want to come out. They're really in there well. Come on. Okay. A good thing on the little screw-on laser portion is it will have, let me hold this up. I hope you guys can see that right there on there, that this will be the crosshatch one. It'll have the plus mark on it. And then, I don't know if you guys can see on that packaging right there, but this will be the dot. There's like a little dot there on the plastic. This will be the straight line, and this is your crosshatch. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to leave the video here. I am going to plug it in and get it charged. And once it's charged, I will come back. We will pop back in. I will show you everything once again for a little refresher. And then I will adjust the camera and we'll set up on the machine so I can show you guys exactly how to set it up as a first-time user. I'm not going to set this up until it is charged. That way you guys can see exactly what you have to do to set it up. Okay guys, so once it's charged, I will be right back. Okay everyone, I left off on the seam guide, the laser seam guide video. I left off saying that I was going to plug it in and charge it, and we have it charged. You can see I still have it plugged in here, and when you plug it in, the light will be red, and then when it is charged, it will be green. You can see it's green. So I'm going to go ahead and unplug it, and it is a C charger. Okay, I think I forgot to mention that earlier. And this is the cord that comes with it, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this back up. What we're going to do now is I am going to show you how to set it up on the machine. I have my FAF machine here, and what I did is I have been sewing on the Fresh Diamonds quilt that we have been talking about in previous videos. I have left a stack of them unfinished, and that's these here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the camera so we're at the front of the machine so we can install it on the FAF machine. And I'm thinking that I would really like to do it on the side of my machine here instead of on the front, and that's just going to give me a little bit more space, so it's not interfering on the front of the machine, and it won't interfere if Luna jumps up on top of the machine where she likes to sit quite often. She's not going to interfere with it as much. What I'm going to try to do when I do use it, I will try to take it off the machine and put it aside so she doesn't get caught on it or anything and either hurt herself or damage the laser. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pause, and when I come back, we're going to have the camera at the front of the machine, so I'll be right back. Okay, so we have the machine set up, and I have it tilted a little bit, so I hope you guys can see everything okay. Might be a little difficult for me to maneuver at this angle, but I'm going to try to do the best I can. I have my camera set up over here to the left side of me, and I put it over here so I hopefully do not hit the camera because I'm right-handed. It's a little hard to do it when it's over my right side. So I have my blocks over here that I will be showing you to sew. I have the laser charged. I'm going to go ahead and open it back up. And what's really odd is there are no instructions in the box. I'm not sure why, but I'm going to go with what I have seen on the videos. That's kind of really frustrating that there are no instructions. I guess they just... Is there a video? Okay, so right here, it says you're going to visit ViviluxUSA.com for instructions and videos. So I have watched quite a few videos on installing the camera and using, or not installing the camera, but installing the laser and using it. So I'm going to basically go off of memory, because that's basically what y'all are going to do, is you're going to go off of if you either are watching the video as I'm setting it up, and you're setting it up along with the video. But what I want to do is I want to have it on this side of my machine, so when it's down, I'm not going to be interfering with it when I'm hitting any of my buttons here to control the machine. My needle up, needle down, my start stop. If I'm not using the foot pedal, I'll be using my start stop or any of my other buttons. So I'm thinking I want it back as far to the back side of the machine as I can, like so. So I have the laser adjusted, and I have seen on some of the other videos that you can put a piece of tape across it to hold it wherever you need to, like on the front of your machine or anything like that, if you have to do that. So I'm thinking that's where I want it. And I'm going to go ahead and, do I want it lower? About right there? I'm sorry if my big head here gets in the way. So I'm thinking right here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and commit to that. So I'm going to take the sticky paper part off of the laser here. I'm going to commit and stick it on there. So I'm going to do it right there. I like that right there. We're just going to, it probably doesn't look straight on your guys' side, but when I look at it, it's pretty straight on there. I'm okay with that. Okay. So now what we're going to do is I am going to pop my foot off. I'm going to clip my thread and pull it out. And now what I want to do is I want to set up where I'm going to put the laser. But before I do that, I want to make sure I put either the crosshatch on, the line, or the dot. And what I am going to be doing is I'm going to be using the line. I do like the crosshatch, but I'm not going to be using that one yet. Because I'm going to just be sewing a straight line, and this little bugger is really hard to get out of this plastic. Okay, so I have it here, and you can see that that's the line right there. And the other ones will have a crosshatch on it and a dot on those ones. And you can kind of see right here on the plastic the dot, a line, and the crosshatch. This is just an extra piece of Velcro. We're not going to need the lining up little targets. Not for this portion. Later, when I do more videos, we will. Okay, so I am going to screw it on. I don't know if I screw it all the way down. We're going to go ahead and try that. Okay, so I'm going to turn it on. Okay, so you can see my laser here. And first impression is I do like how narrow the line is. You can kind of see I'm going off at an angle this way. So you're going to want to move it around. And I'm going to screw that on all the way. I want it on all the way. Okay. So you can see now my line is a little weird because so I think either I can turn my laser itself. I think I like turning the laser itself and keeping this part screwed all the way on as tight as it will go. So I'm going to be sewing 1/4 inch seams. So I'm going to use my little Vivilux Laser alignment guide, and I'm going to go over here to the 1/4 inch. So I'm going to turn it this way because I'm going to be putting my needle in the 1/4 inch. So I want to, you don't want to do your buttons to raise and lower your needle. I'm going to do it once because my needle, my machine has 2 where I can go up and down, and I'm going to use the wheel. So I'm not poking down through. Okay, so I have it there, and there is my 1/4 inch line. Okay, so I'm not going to line it up with the blue line on the template. I'm going to line it up to the edge of the template. So I need to adjust, and it's going to take a little kind of fumbling with it a little bit to get it right. And every video I saw, people were having this issue. So it is not just me. So I like that. I'm going to tape it down. I like the idea of taping it down. I am going to am I going to do that? Okay. So this is just a tip that I'm seeing. You guys don't have to do it this way, but there is, can you see this part right here on the, I'm trying not to get this laser in the camera because I don't know if it'll burn out my optics in the camera or whatever. I might not be even saying that correctly. But there's this flat little portion right here. And what I want to do is I'm going to lay that flat right here to my machine, and this little ridge right here, there's a ridge on the laser itself. So I'm going to try to put it there, and I think I'm going to turn this little thing. No, I don't like that either. I was going to turn the little brass thing. I don't like that idea. And that is not right. I am off back here, but I'm on here. So I want to make sure that I have it perfect. And it's going to take minute adjustments. And I think what I'm going to do is peel this part off, and I'm going to move it forward a little bit because I need a little bit more room with the this part. So I'm going to move it up a little bit more, and because I need a little bit more of this portion to maneuver it, if that makes sense. I don't know how the other people on the tutorials did it. Okay, so I have it straight, and it looks really good. I think I want to go ahead and I want to tape it down right there. You want to make sure that you have your, if you have the markers here on your machine like I do, another tip that I learned from watching others is you want to make sure that when your needle's in the template, that you're going to line it up with your mark on your machine. And I mean, you're going to be able to tell if it's not straight. And that is my 1/4 inch right there. What some people did is when they had the template straight, they taped the template down so it would be lined up with your marks on this on your machine. And what I'm doing is that is what I am doing. So my needle is straight. I am taking my existing marks and I'm putting them on the marks of my needle plate so I know I have the template straight. So I'm going to take a piece of tape and I'm going to hold the template down so I know it's accurate. I've probably watched, oh boy, 6 or 7 different videos on how to properly align lasers. Each one had different little tips in it. And I'm trying to make sure that I got that on there centered. I'm going to go ahead and put this. I didn't get that tape on there very well. Okay. Sorry guys, this does take a little bit of precision to get it on there, and this is exactly what you can expect. So I'm going to just do this. I have this back portion of my template lined up. I have this lined up with the needle plate for the 1/4 inch. I'm going to tape that down. And I have Gorilla Tape, and I think that's what I want to use. I'm going to pause for a minute, and I'm going to find that, and I will be right back. Okay, for the life of me, I cannot figure out where my roll of Gorilla Tape went. I just had a small roll of it, and it seems to have vanished in the wind somewhere. I have to put tape and things like that away because Luna really loves tape, and I could have swore I had it in a drawer and it's not there. So I'm wondering if I maybe lent it to my husband and he's still using it. So instead what I'm going to do is I have these indoor mounting squares and it will work temporarily. So I'm just going to get one of these, and it's sticky on one side, and I'm just going to kind of form it a little so it'll stick on there, and I'm not going to peel off the other side. What it'll do is it'll just let me hold the laser portion down. So I'm going to, and then I can turn it where it needs to be. So I'm going to get it as close as I can. Okay, so I'm about on it right there. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to stick this to the machine. And I don't know if it'll work. That didn't work. Okay, So what I'm going to have to do is I think I'm going to stick this back. It's kind of old. You can see it's kind of yellowing. I've had this for quite a while. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pause. And I'm going to go and get a piece of packing tape. And I know it'll be wide enough that I can fit it across here. So give me just a moment and I will be right back. Okay, so I found my packing tape. And I was going to use it, and I thought of something else really quick. And if you are in a pinch, go ahead and use the masking tape. But I had one of these little thingies. If you guys are familiar with these, they are the LED strip that you can attach to your machine. And I did not like it. The LED light was really super bright and harsh, and I just had a really hard time with it. So you can see that I peeled the stuff off of it, but it's still a little tacky. But I just don't use it. And I remembered I had these little clips that came with it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put one of these on the machine, but I am going to pop it on here first to see if it'll work. It's really hard to... This was supposed to be for the cord, so I am going to pause the camera and pop that on there, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just kind of spread it apart a little bit right there and just kind of stuck it in there. I had to kind of pry it apart a little bit with my tweezers because you can see that that little clip is kind of tight. So it's going to hold the laser portion onto the machine. And I'm going to find the good spot here before I attach it. And you can see the laser, and I'm off a little bit back here, but I'm pretty much, well, I was. I'm almost on it perfectly right there. So I'm going to just raise the laser up just a little, and I like it right there because I can fine-tune this little part. So I'm going to go ahead and take the sticky stuff off of here. And then try to get it right back in where we had it. It really is fumbly, guys. I'm not kidding. It's I'm going to stick that down, and I'm going to again turn this and try to get it in the right place. And the reason why I put this on here is some of the other people I was watching said that when you're stitching, it vibrates. And this is one particular video I watched said that while you are stitching and with the vibration, the laser can kind of wobble a little bit. See how you can see it? And I have that right on the 1/4 inch mark. I'm going to put this away really quick. And guys, I am really sorry that I'm stopping and starting, but I'm trying to make it as easy as I can for you guys. And a lot of these other people, when they are doing the teaching videos on how to do this stuff, they're not doing this for you. They're not giving you the little tips. They're just telling you, okay, this is how you do it. Do it. I'm taking my Band-Aid off my finger. I cut myself earlier, but my Band-Aid is like falling off now. So anyway, okay, so I'm going to, let's see, make sure this portion is off just a hair. So I'm going to just and the back portion is off. Okay, I think I have it on. So I'm going to move the camera over a little more. And I'm sorry for the bumpiness. Oh, let's pick it up a little. Okay, so you can see here that I have the template. It's in the 1/4 inch. It's right on the edge of the template. I'm going to zoom in and hopefully it doesn't go all wonky on us. Zoom in a little more. Okay. So that's how I should have had it when we first started. But I wanted you to see exactly what it was going to take to put it on the machine. Okay, so I'm going to hold this portion down a little. See how I am right on the edge of the template right here? So here's the very edge of the template, and I have that right on the template. I have it lined up on the back portion. So when I am putting my fabric through, now we're going to take this off. I'm going to raise my needle, and you're going to make sure that you are raising your needle and you're turning the wheel towards you, not away from you. So there was my template. And now what I want to do is I'm going to put my foot back on, and I need to disengage my IDT. When I was stitching my blocks, I had my IDT engaged. And if you're not familiar with a FAF machine, what IDT is like a built-in walking foot. And get on there. Okay. And I'm going to pop my IDT back on. And what that does is it lets the foot move with the, no, well, not the foot, but it feeds the fabric as like what a walking foot would. It just kind of, let's see, how can I explain it? I can't even explain it correctly, I'm sorry. But it works in place of a walking foot. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to take a piece of my fabric, and let's find one that doesn't have a center line. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, you know what, we're just going to go with the next one that's in the row. I have my 3 lines marked on it, you can see it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew on this line. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to make sure, and I did it incorrectly. Okay, so if I lined that line up with my line that I need to sew for these blocks, it would be incorrect. So what I need to do is now I need to move my laser with my line of the foot. So I actually have to put my template to exactly where my needle is. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to just put it in one of these. See how there's no, oh, sorry, I forgot I moved the camera. See how these have your 1/4 inch? So what I want to do is I am going to put it, let me take the foot back off. I need to make sure that now I align my laser so it's right in line with the needle. So see how these ones here do not have any markings on either end? That is where you would put it to line up with your needle. So I'm going to lower my needle again in one of those. Okay. And so each one of these lines is a 1/4 inch. So you can see that I have it. I'm going to hold that there, and I want to move my needle over to this line so it will be in the center. I'm sorry, not the needle, but the laser. And I need to Get it right on there. I'm a little off. I should have taped this down again, and I didn't. Okay, so you can see I'm not quite on the line. If I look at it straight on, I'm on the line here, but I'm not on the line here. So I need to tape it back down so I make sure that I'm not moving the template. And I'm sorry guys, this is real-time frustration of what you can expect. Sure, it's going to take some time to set it up, but if it's going to help in the long run, I am matching. You can see this line here. I'm matching the straight edge of my template. Trying to get that right. Or I'm trying to find a line that will match up. Okay, so I've got this one on my 1/2 inch mark, this line that's on my needle plate back here, because you want to make sure that you are lining up straight, and that's right there. And I still didn't get it straight. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to put a little piece here so it is holding down. And some other videos that I watched had this down. Their videos were like 4 minutes down to 20 minutes installing this. And I'm sorry guys, that's not reality, because they are editing that video and they're not showing you exactly everything that it takes. So you can see that my line here in the center is the center line, and I need it marked on that center line. So I'm going to fidget with it just enough. I can get it. Okay, so I'm in line here, but not back here. So I need to just ever so, and I knocked the front out. So, I mean, it really does take minute little movements. You want this line to be straight back here as well. I'm going to tilt this back a little. And okay guys, I have it in perfectly. Hopefully you can see that on camera. I have it right on that line. It is right there. You can see that it is in line. Here's my needle. You can see that the laser, I'm going to put something white under there so you can see it better. See how it is right in line with my needle? And this was another trick you can do. Actually, I may have to go just a hair more. Oh. Okay, there we go. It is right in line with my needle. Can you guys see that? I have it right on line with the needle. Right there. And there's a little bit of refraction, but I mean, you can see that it is with the needle right here. Okay. Let me raise the needle a little, and you guys can see. Can you see how it's my needle's right? Can I put this behind the? See how it's right on the needle? So, I mean, there are these little tricks that you can put something behind it so you can get it lined up accurately. And I mean, it's going to take time. It's going to take practice to get it just right. I mean, I don't know how long this video is already, but the little tips that I've showed you on where to adjust it. You did see that I had to move it from the original position I wanted it in. I was going to use the packing tape to hold it down. I still may put another piece of packing tape here and hold it down even better. And look, I just messed it up. But, and then I put this little tab. So I'm going to put that back on there. And see, I mean, it really does. It really does take maneuvering. You can see I moved it, but this is going to give you the idea of what to expect to get this thing set up correctly. I have it perfect back here, but now I just need to why did I mess with a good thing? Dang it. I'm trying to get it lined back up with the needle, and I think I have it lined back up. Do I have it there? Get in there. Get back there so I can see the laser. I think I have it. So I'm going to lower the needle back down. I have it right on the needle again, and right here. So I'm going to move you back down so we can see again. And it is lined up. I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to take the template off, and I am going to attempt to sew a block sideways, or what I'll do is I'm going to raise my needle up. Let's put the foot back on. Disengage my DT. Put my DT back on. And that looks really good. I have it in the middle of my foot. Can you see right there? I have it right in the middle. So I'm going to pause so I don't have the camera hopping all over the place again. Give me just a moment. Okay, so I put my little cheater piece of stabilizer back here that I use to be a cheater piece to start my stitching. I'm going to move this aside, and I'm going to start stitching. I have my block with the line. You can see my line there. We are going to sew on this line, the third one here. God, my fingers look crusty. Look at that. I really need to do my nails again. Okay, so I'm going to start sewing. And I need to actually raise up a little because I did not have it lined up correctly. My fabric, that is, not the laser. Put that down and sew. And I'm keeping that marked line on the laser. And I know I'm sewing, I know it's going really slow. I'm going slow because I'm kind of sitting over here off to the side of the machine where I'm, oh my gosh, guys. I didn't thread the machine. No wonder it's not sewing. And I just cut where I would cut myself earlier. Okay. I am going to pause. Give me just a moment. Okay, so I got my Band-Aid on. I did not want to bleed all over my fabric. And silly me, let's put our foot all the way up because I was sewing with no thread. Okay, so let me rethread. And there's a little trick when you thread a faff. You hold and you kind of like run it back and forth, and it makes sure that you have it in the tension discs. It's one of the things that I've learned with faff. It's just a little cheater thing to make sure you have it in there. And I use my little tweezers to make sure I go. Oh, dang it. It's a little weird because, like I said, I'm off to the side. Okay, so when you guys watch those sewing shows on TV, those are highly edited. And I know you guys know that. I know you know they're highly edited to be perfect. But in reality, it's hard when you're off to the side at a different angle instead of front on in front of your machine. Okay, I'm going to move over a little, see if I can. Okay, so I have it threaded. I'm going to, okay, so let's try this again. Where's my cheater? You can see my cheater back here's got and my laser might be off. I might have moved it. So let me check again. And again, this happens. It happens, guys. Take my foot back off. And it does look like it's going off a little. Maybe it's just me because my machine's not sitting straight. So let me just double check to make sure that my laser is straight. I just kind of dropped the... And I'm lining up my line. Okay. So I did move the laser a little bit. I don't know how I did that. I think when I was threading, I might have hit it. So I'm going to just make sure it's straight again. That is a thing that I did see, that you want to make sure. I'm trying to get this lined up correctly with one of the lines back here again on the needle plate. And I need to right there. Okay, so you can see where I'm off. Turn it. Okay, I'm back on. So I have it. I'm off just a little to the back. Okay, so I'm back on again. I'm going to raise back up. And I'm going to put my little presser foot back on. And as I was saying, the shows that you see on TV are highly edited, and that's great, but those videos aren't showing you the mistakes that can happen. And see how easy it was that I knocked it out of place because I forgot to thread my machine. So where's my little cheater piece of fabric? I don't know where it went. There it is, behind the machine. Put that back down. Okay, as I was saying, reality, that's what's going to happen. You can easily knock it out. So when you are doing stuff, check the laser periodically. Keep your template handy. That way you can check it easily. I'm going to go ahead and line this up, and I'm going to like I said, I am doing this slow, so I keep the laser on my marked line. And what I'm doing is I'm watching this line up here. This is where it's important, okay? Because I know this part was centered. This might have been a little bit off. So it's if you're a little off this way, that's okay. Just as long as you are spot on up here where you're going to be actually watching your needle. So I'm going to do this slow, and I'm going to make sure I keep that laser on that line. Okay, so I'm going to cut my thread. Up, and let's see how well we did. Okay, so you can see there, I was just a hair over it, and that was my first time using it. So I am just slightly over. So you will learn where to place your line, where to do it. Make sure that you get it tuned in just right, because it does look like I have it on here, but I'm not holding my line, I think, correctly. So I'm going to practice with that on the remaining pieces. This is how, in reality, how you are going to be setting up this laser. It is going to take some trial and error. Like with learning anything, it's trial and error until you get it right. So make sure that when you're working on it, try with a project that is not going to actually use fabric that you're going to be making something with. Use some scrap fabric and mark some lines on it and sew to see, to familiarize yourself with the laser and practice with it before you actually do a legitimate project. That way you know what to expect and how to adjust it if you need to. Okay, guys, so first impressions. Honestly, it can be frustrating to get it set up. You've seen how long it has taken to set it up. Do I like the product? Yes, I do like the product. I can honestly say I like the product. Would I recommend it? Yes, I'd recommend it because it is a great aid. Would I recommend the red one? It depends. So if you have a little bit of vision issues, the green laser is supposed to be better. When I purchased mine, I did not have the option at that time to buy the green or red laser. If I would have looked a little bit further on eBay, I probably would have. The green laser, I believe, is it is a bit more expensive. I think about $10 to $15 more expensive than the red laser. So if you want to save that money, you know, stick with your red one. Let's see what else. Like I said, I paid $54.99 for it, and then the tax, and I got free shipping. So it was like $58.01 with my tax. Yes, that is expensive, but if you are going to want something that is rechargeable, like I got, with my little box up here, and like how I said rechargeable, great. Will I continue using it? At this point, I'm going to work with it a little bit more. It will, if I don't use it on the machine, I can attach it to a small tripod I have, and I will be able to use it definitely for lining up, to center up items in the quilt, or I'm sorry, in the machine embroidery hoops. I will do those in later videos and show you how to do that. Okay, what else can I tell you? I'm going to save this little tab. I will do another video later on how to use the Target stickers. I will have to learn on that one. You do have an extra piece of Velcro, but if you have other pieces of Velcro, you can use those as well. I'm going to put this little thing in here, so if I need another little tab to hold on to anything, I will have that. Okay, guys. So please tell me what you think. I know this video was all over the place. And again, that's the reality of doing this. You are going to have to move it around in little tiny adjustments to get it right. Do I have it exactly right? I mean, it's lining up on my foot. The laser is right in the opening of my foot. So this portion is accurate, and this is going to be the portion that I'm looking at here. I'm not going to be looking down here, okay? I'm going to be looking up here when I'm sewing. So when you have the fabric under, you're not going to be lining it up down here. You're going to be lining it up here. So as long as you're straight up here, I think that's going to be the most important part. Let me know what you guys think. Do you have a laser, and do you use one already? Do you, I mean, what do you guys think? Do you like it? Are there any tips that you can give me? Is there something that I completely left out? Let me know what you guys think. This is first time I've ever used a product like this. And in my sewing journey, I'm learning more and more as I go along. And I'm hoping that with me sharing that with you, that y'all are learning as well. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut this off here because it's going to be a long video as it is. Let me know what you think. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up. That's going to help with my YouTube algorithm. It's going to get my videos up there and seen more often. And again, comment. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.